Are we at the camera now?
No, still Deanna.
So what are you guys here to talk about today?
The New Age movement. It's outdated now. I mean, we've crossed a line where New Agers are now Old Agers. Conversations with God isn't a new release anymore.
Like this flower brings beauty to the world, we're here to bring the newer age to the world.
The New Age is the new Stone Age. The newer age is the new Age. And this is the cutting edge movement we're bringing to the world to help the cavemen in the Stone Age to wake up.
New Agers got all spiritual to escape from the dogma that was around them at that time. Then they got all dogmatic about their spirituality.
And that's exactly what makes them pretty unspiritual. We live in a different time now. Here in the newer age, trying to be spiritual is the most unspiritual thing you can do. Our newer age movement is about realizing that not being spiritual at all is the most spiritual thing you can do in the time we live in.
The newer age is going to bring us past the afterbirth of the new age to bring us to new levels of awareness.
When the Mayans blew up the world in 2012, nobody told the New Agers that their movement was meant to be killed. So what we're trying to do is bring an end to their reign of spiritual terrorism.
So what's involved with your Newer Age movement?
Well, for example, the New Age movement was all about teaching people how to think positively.
Instead of teaching people how to think positively, we're teaching people how to think.
Another thing, there's a whole litter of New Age people who have so humbly anointed themselves with hybridized Sanskrit names like Sanatam Ram Kar, Whispering Light,
Baba Ganush,
Krishna Yogananda,
Roti,
Mulabanda,
Guru Punjab,
Dances with Wolves,
Rainbow,
Harmony Dolphin,
Shakti,
Blossoming Lotus,
Ram Dass.
Satnam Kartar. To these people, congratulations on the name you've cursed yourself with. Now you've dug yourself a hole and you're stuck with one of the most unspiritual names on the planet here in the newer age.
We teach that you can have a name like Drew, Karen, John, and still be spiritual.
Not only can you still be spiritual with these names, but you're more spiritual with these names because these names aren't spiritual at all. And that's exactly what makes them the most spiritual.
What else about the Newer Age movement should we be aware of?
Well, there's this old-fashioned idea of oneness to get away from separation. We teach noneness.
It basically helps you see that oneness is an illusionary separation itself, and it separates you from the illusion of separation. We say, embrace the separation instead of trying to separate yourself from the separation. You do that through noneness. Noneness is separate from everything.
The dogma of New Agers say you can do anything you want. If that's not subscribing to the system, I don't know what is. In our system, you cannot do anything you want. If you're busy doing all the time, how are you being?
That's right. Newer agers know it's far more productive to not do what you want. Something we have big concern about from the New Age is the death and destruction to all the plant life. I mean, everybody in the New Age was making soy-based meat substitutes. Millions of plants were murdered and killed in the name of this movement. That ends with the Newer Age. What we're all about is creating meat-based soy substitutes to help save plant life.
What do you do with the ego in the Newer Age?
You let it fly. You run with it every chance that you get. The ego is the way to spirituality.
Yeah, I think the New Age deal about get rid of your ego, that's about the most egotistical thing you can do. We say, how about you become nothing other than an ego? Because I'm so unegotistical that I'm not egotistically trying to repress my ego.
Where can people find out more about your Newer Age teachings?
That's the brilliant thing. We don't teach these teachings.
Teaching is so New Age. Everyone in the New Age was a teacher of some sort, and no one's learning anything from it. We teach our teachings by not teaching them at all. In the newer age time that we live in, that's the most effective way to teach people.
So how will everyone find out about your newer age teachings?
Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you can be a part of the newer age movement.